Welcome back, everyone. We're here with our final series of the day. One best of three remains in this round one of the ESL One Hamburg qualifiers for China. EHOME against Rock.Y. This new EHOME team is pretty shiny as well. Old Chicken, CTY, Faith Bian, HYM,
Dire team ban.
and Y.
Radiant team ban.
Mr. Innocence himself. Whereas Rock.Y has an interesting lineup of a number of different people. Old FTD Club B and C players, a couple of people from is it Rattlesnake, FTD, Braveheart. Oh, it's Braveheart, not Rattlesnake. One of the players. Can't pronounce his name because it's in Chinese characters. But they also have Jixing,
Dire team ban.
according to the list that I've been given anyway, who was an absolutely amazing player on LGD for quite some time. Had a sick Legion commander, was doing very well for quite a long period of time, and had a little bit of a fall when Chinese Dota had that big tumultuous split. And then he found himself here on Rock.Y. And the winner of this, they progress on through, of course, to the quarterfinals. And they'll be facing up against IG Vitality. But of course, we do have one best of three standing in the way of one of these teams from accomplishing that goal. And the draft already underway. This time I won't forget to change it from the drafting screen to the old in-game overlay. Don't worry, I will remember this time. Lich Venno, Batrider Silence are the opening bans. And that left in Necro, Puck, Earth Spirit, a bunch of heroes there. A CKAM, Kunkka and Necro removed in the second phase. I think the interesting thing here is EHOME start and open with Slardar Rubik. Slardar, a hero that we don't see too much of anymore. Very, very popular hero, what, even 6 months ago, if that. The 4-roll roaming Slardar kind of got taken over by the Clockwork, the Nyx. Heroes started popping up left and right in that 4-roll, while Rubik has kind of been superseded by heroes like AA, Lich, Silencer. A bunch of these heroes do come out. Maybe they were expecting the Earthshaker to be picked up by Rock.Y here, but that's still yet to be seen, as a third pick from EHOME has to deal with this Bane. Telekinesis is good. There's a number of very, very nice spells you can steal as the Rubik out here. Pretty much anything. Anything out there is sick. As Darkseer, EHOME, another hero that we just don't see anymore. Darkseer. This is old school. So what do they go next? They go like a Lifestealer? Lifestealer Quap as the next two picks?
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
What do you even do? Where's my old heroes list? Bane, Puck, Clockwork. Do you think about picking Invoker here? Don't know about fourth picking Invoker. You've got a couple of ways to set up a Sunstrike, but you need someone to hit towers. You need physical damage for sure. You need a safe lane carry that deals with Darkseer. So you're looking at heroes like Juggernaut, Lifestealer, Lycan. Lycan could be okay, but it's going to be a Slardar and a Darkseer, not just a Darkseer on its own. So you'll have Bane plus Sven, potentially, with Nightmare into stun combo could be nifty. Nightmare into Cogs. Then just range damage from outside could be cool. Miranda might be an option if they want to go down that route. It's going to be the Drow Ranger. So they're going to go for a Drow strat straight off the bat. Rock.Y not messing around. Going to pull no punches. Drow, Bane, Puck, Clock. That's going to be a 4 clock, I guess. Then they need their off-laner.
10 seconds remaining.
Unless they want to pick another ranged support to go along with this. And just send the Clockwork into the off-lane. That could work decently for them. But it's EHOME's turn to pick. They get to choose first. They have their 3, 4, and 5 all picked up. Lined in a pretty little row. They know what the enemy safe lane is. They're not 100% sure where this puck is going. Now with the Drow, it could very well be a puck off lane as well. I think you can get away with picking PA here, even against the Bane. Where's that? Fiend's Grip going through BKB and the pure damage. They're very good against. They are very good against the PA, but it's that gap close and the damage against the Drow. But instead, they go for the Brood Mother. How are you going to deal with this? I have seen Clockwork in the past 1v1 a Brood and win. When the Brood went Spiderlings build and the Clock went Max Rocket Flare. It was very strange. I don't think I'll ever see that again. I think it was Karbu Clockwork even in a 1v1. He was Dire off lane, the Broodmother was Radiant safe lane. And he just owned. He was just killing freaking spiders over and over again. Well, there's the PA ban. Kind of wanted it to get picked, but now maybe I'm not so sure. This Broodmother could move towards the mid lane. And you're still looking for the safe lane hero here for EHOME.
10 seconds remaining.
As the final ban, do you remove a mid hero? That's my big kind of burning question here, is where is the puck? And I think I would kind of put the puck in the off lane like I stated a good minute or so ago. And have the Drow Ranger safe, have the Clock as the 4, the Bane as the 5. That seems all very nice and natural for you. But then what do you put mid? How do you match up against the Broodmother? Because this Brood could go off lane. Then you have the Darkseer bottom lane.
5 seconds remaining.
Ah, no, they're dire side. You could have the Broodmother bot lane. Then you could have the Darkseer top lane with the Slardar. Actually, something that a couple of Chinese teams did as well was the kind of 4-roll semi-roaming Darkseer for a little time. For the life of me, I can't remember what team did it, but it was during some Chinese qualifiers about a year ago. And they started off helping out in the offlane, got to like level 2, bought Iron Talon, went jungle, and they'd run to mid, give their mid lane player the Iron Shell, go back to jungle, farm jungle, run to the safe lane, give the safe lane player Iron Shell, and every time he gives the Iron Shell to one of these carries, it just like starts killing people, just runs at people in lane. I don't know why I've gone off on this tangent. It's like no way is there going to be a 4-roll Darkseer. EHOME, they are taking a long ass time here to decide what they want as their 5th pick. Feels like they need some magic burst damage. Lina? PL? I guess Lancers count. More illusions for them to deal with and very little wave clear and illusion clear from Rock.Y. This is one of the quirkiest drafts I've seen in a long time from EHOME. And I've got to say, quirky drafts in this patch, you've got to be a really sick team to pull them off. Like, meta picks are meta picks for a reason. They're strong because people know how to play them, people know how to utilize them to their full extent. And okay, you can maybe use that as an argument that people know how to play against them, but that's definitely not always true. But playing like this, like Wings, when you have 2 Wings players in your team, I can understand this. I can understand this. And there's an Ember Spirit for Rock.Y. So that's offlane, yeah, so that's offlane puck, Drow Ranger safe lane, Ember mid, Clock and Bane as the 4 and 5. My nose is getting blocked. It's definitely not good. I'm not allowed to get sick. Oh, I dearly, dearly wish I knew who was playing what. They've not got their tags. Well, I mean, that's Faith Beyond. That's Faith Beyond and Darkseer. And I'm guessing 6 feet under is Innocence. And that leaves Slardar as HYM. Oh, they've swapped it. They're moving things around. Faith Beyond, Broodmother. So, where is Old Chicken and where is CTY? I'm guessing that's CTY. Oh, I don't know now. This is dodgy. Things have gone all dodgy. They're swapping heroes. They're swapping heroes. I'm sure that's not allowed. You're confusing my little brain. Right. Rubik 5. Slardar 4. Darkseer. 2 branches. Faith Beyond, do you need to buy some more items? Mango? TP? What's happening? Why does he only have 2 branches? Is he going mid? Is he rushing bottle? Is this a 4-roll roaming Darkseer? No, it can't be. Like, no. Like, he has to be a core hero, right? Let's have Slaughter offlane, then Darkseer farms these jungle camps like I was talking about. Can't be. But he's rushing bottle, right? Or is he rushing? He's not rushing Sol Ring. If he's rushing Sol Ring, he would have bought some of the components. We'll see what he does. We'll see what he does. I think it's CTY on the PL. Poor man's shield already up. And that leaves Old Chicken Broodmother, I believe. But don't hold me to this. I literally have no idea which player is what. They've all got funky names. Things are very, very difficult. And because they've picked random shit, we've got no idea who's playing what because they aren't in their proper roles. But they do find first blood immediately. As the horn sounds, they'll get the kill onto the Bane. 6 feet under picks that one up on the Rubik. Already off to an amazing start here. They'll also get themselves the triple bounty rune. PL finds one. Darkseer finds another. Is Darkseer mid? Faith Beyond mid against the Ember Spirit. Iron Shell is going to absolutely ruin the Ember. Bot lane is PL Rubik Slardar against the Puck. I can safely say I've never seen any of these lanes before. I've never seen a Darkseer against an Ember. I've never seen... Oh, maybe I've seen this. Rubik PL Slardar seems like something that's happened before against an offlane Puck. Old Chicken Darkseer. I mean, that says Faith Beyond. I mean... What's happening? Maybe they swap seats. Maybe they're in. Maybe they're at LAN and they just swap seats. You know, they're like, let's mega troll them. Well, lane so far. Brood has to deal with a sentry. Pings it out now. Realizes that there is vision in the lane. 2 last hits only. Drow Ranger getting a good amount of CS and tons of experience in this lane. Misses out on the range creep, unfortunately, there. Maybe expecting the deny. That's my bad. I'm like double checking to see who these players are. I mean, that's my fault. I missed the kill, but I'm a dum-dum. I'm a dum-dum. Ember Spirit is not struggling that much against the Darkseer. Level 2 Iron Shell maybe is going to put a stopper to that as Faith Beyond has the bottle. Hopefully for him, he'll find that top rune, but the Clockwork is eyeing it up himself. And it's an invis as well. Oh, that is a really tasty rune here. Faith Beyond could be in a spot above the Cogs and Battery Assault. Oh. No. Wrong logos. Wrong logos. Oh, I can't do this. Radiant side is Rock.Y and Dire side is EHOME, for those of you watching. Puck gonna orb away. Nice attempt at a crush there from HYM as mid lane. Scan. Oh, Faith Beyond, you are such a beautiful god at this game. He knows the invis was taken. He knows that Clockwork's gonna be here. He scans on top of his head and he's like, yeah, what up? I know what's going on. I know you're here. I know you're hiding. Now he's got his little boots to go. Yeah, I forgot to remove the little icons there, and I've forgotten to add the new ones for EHOME and Rock.Y, unfortunately. I'm not thinking straight. It is all my fault. Blame everything on me. Don't worry. Ember Spirit 21 and 12. Darkseer being doubled up on in CS, and denies are going well out the window. So this mid lane has not worked as expected for the Dire team, or they just wanted to trade off this farm as they wanted to get more out of other lanes. But Broodmother isn't even winning top lane that hard. Drow Ranger hasn't died yet. They might think about TPing now and shifting the puck back up to top. Clockwork is down here, but they want to try and make a kill at the same time as the TP happens. Darkseer racing for that top rune against the Ember Spirit, the Dire. They are coming in to try and fight this. Faith Beyond goes straight for the rune, tries to pick it up, but there's nothing there. Ember Spirit is now found. HYM crushed down. Where's the Iron Shell being spammed out? There's no mana for it, so they need Telekinesis, Fade Bolt, and Punches to finish the deal. Killing spree for 6 feet under. This Rubik off to an absolutely amazing start. And these lanes, as we see, Clockwork being matched up against the Broodmother. Drow Ranger has an Iron Talon and decides it is time to jungle from now on. Slardar hunting inside this Radiant jungle. They spot the Drow. They've got the webs. They've got the chase. They've got the crush. They do. They've got the damage as well. Drow Ranger drops almost immediately as she was trying to farm there safely. Onto the vision of this Observer Ward, unfortunately for her. This leaves the PL bot lane. Yeah, he shifts up towards top, so they'll swap these lanes around. Faith Beyond has to surge away though, mid lane. Vayne was coming in with a Nightmare and that level 2 Brain Sap, 160 pure damage straight from the head. Puck has no sentries down here, so this is going to be an interesting one. Soul Ring already done on the Broodmother, so the Spiderlings are going to get spammed out. Make sure they don't die to any collateral nuke damage coming out from the puck when you try and clear that wave. You should be okay just microing the Spiderlings away when the orb comes out. Rotation coming again. Rubik and Slardar trying to make action happen. Puck gets started on with the lift. The Slardar silenced. They can't crush. That's a bit of a whiff there. The trees got in the way and he had to waddle his way around that one little branch to find an avenue in, and by that time telekinesis was over. I shift their tri-lane down towards bottom lane now. Brood, Rubik and Slardar, the aggressive tri-lane against the puck. No longer the PL. Now the Brood. Darkseer still not doing the best in the mid lane either. 28 and 4. Ember Spirit, Rockstar racing forwards, looking for that Ring of Aquila and the Boots of Travel, of course, to follow. PL's been given a free lane top, it looks like. Clockwork does drag the creep wave back, but this is going to be pressure onto the tier 1 with a catapult. These rotations are... They're timely, they look good, but you have to make them count. You have to get these kills, and the Nightmare onto the Rubik means that this is not going to happen. In comes the Iron Shell, the Darkseer, the crush of the Drow, the Remnants forward from the Ember Spirit, going to catch them out, but there's not enough damage just yet. The Rubik finally falls to the Brain Sap, and the right clicks, but Puck has arrived. Dream Coil onto the Darkseer. He has no TP. He has to snap the coil and surge away. He's so quick, he's hasted already. Never mind, he's fine. He's never going to die. In the meantime, HYM, he's just roaming around in this Radiant jungle. Not yet dead. Still hiding, skirting the edges of the fog. Now seen by the Puck, but he's got a TP and he knows there's no coil. The silence won't be enough. Only level 1 still. So HYM will count as lucky stars. TP back. Wait, where did he TP to? Did he TP to the shrine? Did he just TP mid? I guess he's got Tranquils. It doesn't really matter where he TPs to. He's always going to be regenerating up that health really nicely. CT Rock.Y PL has to deal with this Ember Spirit, clears his illusions quickly, defends the top tier 1. Phantom Lancer just dips back into the jungle for a touch. These wards are being cleared out by the Radiant, and they find some Spiderlings. Yummy, yummy gold. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Does Broodmother have? Ooh, you do. Another sentry. So 2,000 gold saved up on Broodmother. The precedent was kind of set by Matumaman at TI that Mask of Madness mid Brood into the Deso is a sick item build. But with the offlane Brood, we saw a lot of deviation, especially in China, in item build. I think Ice was probably one of the biggest proponents of the shift away from Phase Manta or Phase Orchid into the kind of E-Blade Dagon builds again. And we used to see Dagon rush from the Broodmother and just start zapping people non-stop after the Soul Ring was built up. Now, there's just a bunch of things you can do with this hero. There's Orchid, there's Phase Manta, Echo Saber we saw from Bulldog, for some time as well when he was playing professionally still. Really, Broodmother is not item dependent at all. You can go for whatever your team needs. Even the battle build with BKB Blink, Clockwork. Gonna get lifted here. Broodmother inside the cogs with you. I mean, I would not like to be trapped inside a little house with a spider that big. Dear Lord, no thank you.
Dire are scanning.
Have you bought anything? Ah, there we go. Diffusal Blade Rush. Flame Guard Purge. That's going to be the key thing there, I think. Get rid of that Ember Spirit's defensive mechanism, or at least one of them. You can't disable Sleight of Fist or the Remnants, unless you hex him or silence him, I guess. But then you're just disabling him. PL seems like he's pretty much just jungling now. Puck given a free lane for a little bit, gets a few CS under a belt. As net worth wise, should be middle of the table. 2.8k there, just behind the Drow. Dire team farming like absolute nutters. Look at them. 4.6k PL, 4.4, 4.2. Even with so few CS, this Darkseer is going to have a mech at what, 11 minutes? 11:45 he's going to have this mech. Broodmother has a diffusal. Yeah, moving into the BKB. This is the battle build. Here we go. Likely to see like a Blink or an AC come out after that. It's just huge items coming out from the Dire team out of seemingly nowhere. That's farming more efficiently, understanding and reading these plays a little better as well. Not getting picked off at all. This rotation, the ganking just isn't here. They've got Clockwork to level 6, so that's step 1. They've got plan A ready to go. They've got Hookshot. But how do you follow up on Hookshot? Remnants, damage from the Ember, and, well, Puck has to show up, I guess. Really, the only way is to get these 2 magic damage cores involved early on. Broodmother has been spotted here as she made the little wander through the Radiant jungle, though. 2 heroes, Drow Ranger is one of them, just lurking around. And this has now become a jungle Drow. This is now a jungle Drow.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
The Broodmother just comes in and takes the tower with Spiderlings. Well, 12 minutes in, it's only a 5-kill lead, but it's a 4,000 net worth lead, which is pretty significant for this part of the game.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
For now, only the Puck is TPing. Hookshot starts in onto the Rubik. Does catch the Darkseer on the way through as well, so they've blown up 6 feet under. PL trying to deal with this Ember Spirit on the back end as Broodmother gets the Diffusal charge in. Rockstar slowed down, has the Searing Chains, tries to slow them up, but Darkseer just chasing on forward with an Iron Shell. The orb across, they see the Broodmother under the sentry. You need to get under this freaking Invis web, but the Rocket Flare secures it, gets the final kill, and they've lost the Brood and the Rubik. For a much bigger trade there. It looks like the Ember and the Drow Ranger are the ones to fall. The 2 bigger cores here on that Radiant team, both dying very swiftly to the movement of the Dire. and no one's farming top lane. Oh, the good old days when Darkseer used to be able to farm Arcane's Blink in 13 minutes from the off lane. Today he had to do it mid. Those kind of farm rates you just can't find anymore in the off lane. Just never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. Wrap around in onto mid. Clockwork is not the best of targets, but I guess when you have a Blink Slardar at 14 minutes from your 4 roll, everything is just absolutely hunky-dory. They're even chasing in, looking for more. The Gust turns things back onto the Slardar, make sure he cannot Blink stun. They've even TP'd one more up here. It looks like the Puck and Bane have joined the Drow Ranger to make sure she's safe up here, but they're going to have to give up this area of the map. They've got no vision inside this little pit. They've got vision deeper. They see over here, they see the bounty rune, they see down here, but they don't see inside. That's the most important area at this point. The PL farming the jungle. Illusions gonna time out as he TPs towards mid with his boots of travel. And they head into Roshan with the DD on the Broodmother. This has all been very smooth sailing and very swift decision making from the Dire team. EHOME have set themselves up beautifully for success in this game. And the Dire and the Radiant now, it's, well, their turn to try and swing things back their way. They're poking and prodding, sending rocket flares in to scout. And they have deterred the Dire away from Roshan at the very least, but no fight was committed. And I guess you probably feel pretty good as the Radiant for that. Not having to commit your Ember and Drow to a fight where they're underfarmed. Battling into the Blink Slardar would have been nasty as well. What is this Puck up to? This Puck is up to no good, actually. Wants to clear the next creep wave, it looks like. 400 gold off Blink, but now TPs towards the shrine. A little bit further south of the original location, while mid lane there aiming for a Fiend's Grip hookshot. Oh, Drow Ranger dies bot lane. Radiant, they're angling and aiming for kills on heroes like Rubik and trying to run away from Broodmother, but in the meantime their Drow is dying. Roshan was given up on. Might be something for the Dire to return back to with amplified damage. I want to look at hero levels actually. Level 9 Slardar, level 9 Drow Ranger, yeah, I thought there was going to be something like that. Something funky happened there. 13, 12, 12. At least they have the Puck and the Ember Spirit acting as their two main cores at this point. Boots of Travel nearly up for your Ember. Puck has the Blink. They've got some tools at their disposal to start looking for fights. The Drow Ranger is nothing but a glorified aura carrier at this point. The global aura nonetheless, but still, not really what you want from what started off as your one-role hero, but they've adapted pretty nicely, just sending her into the jungle with the Iron Talon, getting the levels up. But here comes the response smoke, or the counter smoke. The Blink is ready on the Darkseer. They've got the double Blink threat now between him and Slardar. Down to the south, the Ember nearly popped the smoke there, but wasn't quite close enough. The pings are coming out saying, do we go south, do we go north? We go north to find the kills with Blink stun. Yes, there we go. In comes the Puck, goes fast up to Slardar. Gust is back onto the two of them to the east as well. PL, Rubik, both caught there by the silence, and they're going to lose a number of heroes at this point. They didn't bring the Brood, they didn't bring the Darkseer. They went for a 3-man gank. They started as 5 heroes, and they went for a 3-man gank. And they walk into 5 heroes and they die. That was seriously some form of misconstrued information there. Must have flown through the TeamSpeak of EHOME, because that was an absolute mess. Nightmare now onto the Broodmother, taken off by one of the Spiderites, and away she goes into the webs and far away. Oh, nice try. Ember wants in. Ember wants to spill some blood.
Boom, there it goes. soldier's fortune.
That does bring that lead that EHOME had down from about 6,000, much closer to 2.5, 3,000. Experience swings away as well, but we're yet to see a vacuum wall. Level 4 vac, 2 on the wall. Mac and Arcane's ready. This is a real team fight coming now from EHOME. Not a sloppy one, not a half-cocked one, not one where they've got 2 heroes which they desperately need for magic damage and sustain. Just not there anymore. And we'll bring in the full force, the full army. Even PL pushing top to try and converge into this area where they can take tier 2 mid, tier 2 top, control the Roshan pit, and make sure that this map belongs to them. Broodmother, seen here, spotted out by the tower, I think. Just trying to send spiderlings across. But equally, Drow Ranger's been found over in the jungle. They thought they were all grouping up top. The Drow Ranger didn't realize there were 3 heroes mid, ready to blink and jump at a moment's notice.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom
They even
tower
get D-Ward
is
out
under
there.
attack.
Still a sentry down. It's a Radiant sentry, right? That's not in range of the Dire
Dire's
sentry.
bottom tower has fallen.
How sad.
The wages of fear.
Just efficient farming all around from EHOME. Making sure they're getting these key items up. BKB from Brood is going to be the big one. And there is the Blink coming after it as well. The Battle Brood. The best Brood battle build. Bastards. Bread and butter. B-words are fun. I'm also sleep deprived. I don't know if you could tell. They don't have another smoke on them, do they? Doesn't look like it. So any fight that they want to take here as EHOME, it's got to be that kind of head-on clash. But you look at the PL, Bot's Diffusal Blade now done in 20 minutes. He's kind of ready to fight. He can start getting into the mix now. CTY, come on buddy, let's go. Let's start battling.
Dire are scanning.
The Radiant team just clustering as 5, making sure Drow doesn't get picked, and now they go for the smoke. Bots on Ember means he can go and maybe farm a jungle camp or 2. He's not going to be able to get towards top lane. He's realised now that he's probably just going to have to trail the rest of his teammates, because by the time he gets top, there won't be anything bot for them to kill, and they're now realising this. It's already happened. They get to bottom lane, they've smoked all this way down here, and all they'll get is, you know, a couple of lousy jungle camps and maybe a creep wave here for the Ember and the Puck. Really not the best smoke we've seen. Opens up the Roshan, opens up tier 2 top lane to the Dire team as they do push on forward towards the tier 2 mid potentially as well. The TPs have to come through. Ember Spirit returns back to his base, misses out on the slight there as the Broodmother brings the Spiderlings back to safety inside the webs. Yo. Yo, that's not meant to happen. You got 3 heroes standing high ground, your triple remnant from the Ember Spirit means that he should die, but HYM not quite there fast enough with the Blink Crush. Ember Spirit does manage to retreat.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Boom, there it goes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And there are 2 TI6 winners in
Dire's
Dire.
middle tower is under attack.
There is the Rubik, and there is the Doxia. Puck Midas. Block Midas.
And it's off.
We're seeing this old chestnut again. You know that the game's not going well for you early game. You know that your chance really here is just to try and buff up this Ember Spirit, try and get the Drow up and running, get over that hump basically. Drow Ranger has a serious case of the Wednesdays once it gets to like 30 minutes in.
Radiant's top tower
You're
is
like,
under
come on,
attack.
just get me through to Thursday. I need to get to Friday, and then when you hit Friday, suddenly she's, you know, a breath of fresh air, a new hero again. Starts off very weak, progresses to become very strong, then becomes weak again, and then becomes strong again, and then does taper off towards the end. But you've got some pretty nice talents, and well, basically agility. You've got a lot of agility. I do wonder though, in this kind of game, if your Ember's gone for the magic damage, if you go for something like the Maelstrom Axe build here on the Drow Ranger to clear PL illusions, to clear Spiderlings, could be a good way to go. Because you can't always rely on the Ember Spirit to do that, to actually clear through the creep waves, to clear through the illusions of the Phantom Lancer. So if you have this double whammy, could be nice as the Glimmer Cape moves on forward. Here's the Bane looking for the Brood, not going to find her though, as the spider webs give that guise of invisibility, the safety in the nets. What's stolen here is that sleight of fist. Not really what you want as a Rubik, but sometimes you just have to take what you get. Slight chains, Ember holds back. The Slaughter, who wanted to blink initiate in onto him, Broodmother spotted out, puts the sentry down, and another little web. Hunting around for sentries the Radiant may have placed with little spiderlings. Nice micro there by Old Chicken. And comes back to clear the creep wave as in behind Invis Darkseer. He's going to loop in with that surge. He's going to walk straight through the middle. And they've scouted for sentries. So they are close to sure that there are none as bot lane PL. Nightmare into grip. But this is just not going to be enough. Bane now is left high and dry. His Ember Spirit remnanted away. He says, screw this, I'm out of here. Didn't want to get involved, and he's going to go farm top lane. So that's tier 2 bot dropping. Mid lane, going to get shoved as well by the Dire. As Broodmother, BKB, Diffusal, blink enough gold for it. They might start considering Roshan as this game starts to tick on. They will need it sooner rather than later, just to try and secure that tier 3 and high ground proposition.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
A little bit of a poke onto the clock. HYM immediately retreats back out. So they're pushing high ground. PL is actually being pushed back off high ground. Tier 2 nearly dead. Brain sap there, but he does doppelganger back. Slow and steady for EHOME the past few minutes. That's the way we like to see it though, when you've got players like CTY on your team. Slow and steady. Don't mess anything up. Don't go too ham. Just a little bit. And there's the Roshan attempt, immediately stopped by a rocket flare. But I think they're going to go for the bait here. They expect the movement to come across from this ramp up towards the north. So they're holding the ramp now. Radiant team cleverly not going to go contest Roshan. They'll send rocket flares in to scout, and they see the Dire team is nowhere to be found. In jumps the Broodmother, has the BKB. The cogs are there to trap her out though. Oh, hello. Darkseer has a vacuum wall, but he's silenced up. He's going to have to grieve himself to get this off. He's got a Force Staff as well, but the Dire team are falling left and right. Slight Fist keeps Rubik alive a little bit longer. They've killed off 3. Rubik is one of them. 1 Dire and 2 Radiant heroes dead. Here comes the bloody army, though. No mana remaining for the Ember Spirit. Cleared up without a chance. Dead for a minute. And this might be high ground for the Dire. PL still very healthy. Moves on to tier 3. And down it goes within a couple of hits. He's already cleared it up. First lane of Rax falling. GG is called. Rocky tap out. Game number 1 goes the way of EHOME. That was one of the wonkiest drafts and one of the weirdest games I've seen in a long time. That was Wings Incarnate in EHOME form with CTY on their team. That was absolutely bizarre. I hope it continues. I hope it gets weirder. I want to see Pudge and stuff like that. Let's go. Game 2 coming up. This is a best of 3, final best of 3 of the day. ESL One Hamburg qualifiers for China. We'll continue just a little bit. Game 2 coming up after this break.